tell us where you're calling in from, you can sure do that.
It's just from Denmark. Hello.
Hello, Denmark.
Hello.
Hello from Indiana.
Hello from Sweden.
Hello from Southwest Florida.
Hello from California.
Sweden.
Sweden.
Texas.
Minnesota in the house.
Hello.
Hello from Indianapolis, Indiana.
Hello from Switzerland.
From Minnesota.
Hello, hello.
Hello from Minnesota.
Hey there.
Hello from California.
Hello from Big Falls, Minnesota.
Ooh.
Hello from Los Angeles, California.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Okay, well, we are right at the hour here, so we are going to get started as we're letting people in still, but that's okay. We are glad that you are here. We are glad that you are checking things out today. I've got everything going here live and ready to go. So, hey everybody, welcome to our Wednesday call here. I am excited because we just finished a month that has been skyrocketing. And as you can see in the back office, there are a lot of recognitions and there is a reason for it. We are passionate about we are so passionate about Zinzino, the products that we have, and there's like a global movement going on right now. We are on a mission. We are trying to get the word out about Zinzino and where we're going with this. We are working on our 100 million customers here. And you can feel the energy, you can feel the excitement. There's so much going on in so many countries. Now, when I started 13 years ago, it was a different of a company, and actually, the person that we have on here started about the same time that I got started, and he has been. People call him the captain of the ship because he is definitely has the vision of where he wants to take the company. And I think that in our profession, Zinzino is extremely unique. There is something about it, and that's what we're gonna talk about today. Talk about it with him and where we're at now, but especially where we're going. So get ready to hear this, and let's welcome on here our CEO of Zinzino, Dag Bergheim Pettersen. Hello to Dag.
Hello, folks. Good to be here. Thank you for inviting me, Carla. It's always a great pleasure to spend some time with you guys, and I appreciate all the good work that you are doing. So, congrats to everyone who ranked up, and congrats to all the new customers and recruits and partners that we have signed in at Zinzino the latest months.
And Doug, I know that as we are listening in to some of the other leader calls and the things that you have been talking about, you are you've planned the growth of this company. You've set goals at the beginning of the year. Are we on course for those goals, or are we going to make all the big goals that you have been setting?
The honest truth is that I don't like budgets. So what I do is that I create forecasts, Carla, and I have 7 different forecasts depending on what's happening and if we are track or not on track. So one of those 7 forecasts is totally on track. What I promised the market, if you go on page 5 on the Q1 report, you will see that we have some financial goals underneath the data. And then we are saying we are gonna promise the market a 20% growth sequentially the next 3 years. So this year 20, next year 20, and the year after that 20. We promised the same thing last year, and we accomplished 25, I think. So we are above 20 for this year, Carla. So we are overperforming somehow. So that's good. The second thing that we are promising the market, I'm not sure how good you are following this, if this is too many numbers, but bear with me. You can find them at zinzino.com. You can go down at the end of the scroll down, you find investor relations. You'll find quarter one report. Since we are a stock market company, you can find all the different transparent numbers. So we also say, Carla, that we will have profitability. So growth and profitability, and we are right on spot on that.
Okay, well, that's good news, but I think it's also because you have some big plans, so we're on track for the big plans too. Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about the growth of Zinzino. So, I mean, a company that's hitting 20 years, you don't always see companies having double-digit growth after being around for 20 years. That's pretty powerful stuff. Why is it that Zinzino is growing the way it is?
I think there is many reasons why, and I don't think I want to single out one, but I can talk about several. I think if you look at the most successful companies, there are some criterias that they are kind of ticking off, Carla. And McKinsey did a study, I think is like 2 or 3 years old. For those who doesn't know what McKinsey is, McKinsey are management consultancy agency, maybe the one most prominent on this planet. They have some smart people. So they did a study, a survey, and they looked through about 4,000 companies with success. So number one thing that they are doing are buying and selling companies, or buying and selling companies, depending on what they do. So you would be pretty surprised if you looked at, let's say, Amazon or Microsoft. If you really knew how many companies that they have been buying in the last decade, you would be so surprised. And they also sold a lot of companies. So that's a strategy thing. And a second thing, and we are buying companies. We bought the balance concept from a science-based, I would say, clever guys in Norway. So I'm super happy that we were investing in that 12 years ago, 13 years ago. Yeah, Brad, you were kind of raising your eyebrows. You were thinking that there was me who invented a balance test. No, not at all. We were acquiring that. And we also bought a factory. We bought distribution and a lot of power for Asia, and we've done that the recent years. I think we have 7 or 8 acquisitions. By the way, also Servida was one of those mergers that we did. So coming back to buying and selling, Carla, that's point number one that they're doing.
Okay.
Point number two, you want to ask questions?
I want to ask
Because this is going to be a monologue here. So
no, yeah. So I want to
normally I'm very good at okay, come on, Carla.
Okay, so I want to, since this is one of the things that it is, what makes you choose the companies that you have chosen? Because there's a lot of things out there, a lot of things that are happening.
It's
And I
three
know
different things.
Okay,
So when we bought bioactive foods who had the test and the oil, the main thing for us was to get that product and get that, I would say, that disruptive test. So that was what we did. When we were acquiring the factory, and we acquired one whole and then a half Cyprus, then you're buying IP, intellectual property, you can say, or a special feature like the olive oil. With the factory here at Norway, we are manufacturing products. So we bought ourselves competence and access to ingredients, access to manufacturing plant, because we thought that in the future that would be really smart and clever to have that. And the third and the most important maybe would be distribution power. So like in Asia, we bought a company that had a lot of different licenses in many different countries, and they had distributors in those countries. So there might be different reasons. All of them have one thing in common. It must be a culture fit with Zinzino. Otherwise, it's just going to go south. So I've been swaying away many times when I see that this is not going to fit us. This is not going to be working out. I don't think in the long term that we will be liking each other. It's like getting into a marriage. Sometimes you just need to be cautious when you're finding the spouse or the person you're going to stay married with. And it's the same thing with a merger.
Okay, well, it makes sense. And I do think that, and I've heard from many of the companies and the partners that come from the other companies that they talk about the culture of Zinzino is also unique. We have such a supportive and family culture that is really rooting on so much, and we're excited about our future, and it's a positive culture. It's not just the field. The corporate culture is the same way. Anybody who's ever been to our corporate office there in Gothenburg can also feel that. And you hear it even from the new personnel. Every person I've interviewed on these calls has said there's a special culture about Zinzino. It's unique.
I hope so. What comes first, the corporate culture or the field culture, or if it's something in between, I don't know. Before you asked me about how we're picking the companies, I was on my run to talk about the second thing, which is extremely important for successful companies. Since Arlo texted me now and he said, "Dog, you need to be on track. I want to know the second. You're not gonna hang. I'm hanging in there, and I'm taking notes." Uh, what you need to do to become successful, this is not me saying, this is McKinsey saying from their study, is that you need to invest in the future more than 1.7 times more than other peers and competitors. And one of the things that I'm seeing and reading and calculating is when I'm going through some of the other peers, competitors in our industry, I see that they're underinvesting in tech and in maybe new markets and also maybe even in on the product side and on the tech side for sure, they are underinvesting. Maybe because they don't really understand. So what we have done here in Zinzino is that we have invested heavily in payment gateways, although I'm not saying everything is perfect, not at all. We are striving to make sure that things are good and better and improved. And I just remembered when I looked at you, Carla, and you, Arlo, you remember the Aqua X problem that we had 12 years ago when we were holding hands in Minnesota? Gosh, I'm happy those days are gone. We left them behind. So for sure, we need to improve ourselves, but we are doing that. So Carla, there is tons of different things. You need to have a vision, you need to have a mission, you need to have some clear goals, you need to have a good strategy, fantastic culture, you need to have some good products, you need to have a vision and a dream and hard-working people. And you need to be extremely customer-centric as well. And you need to go to work every day and fight for your own growth and for the company's growth in the future. You cannot rest yourself to success. So that's the short bridge. I guess you have tons of other questions to me, so I'm not going to be monologuing too hard here.
Okay, well, let's talk about, you said since we are a stock company and stock, so when that was first came out, I can't remember what we got the very first stock for. It was like 2 Swedish krona or something. And now we are hitting records in the stock, and we have been giving dividends for what, every year since, for over 10 years. And so tell us about why the stock has been exploding the way it has.
So I gave my family members some shares here. I think it's like 5 years ago to Christmas. And then one of the things that I gave them the shares. I gave them a contract, every member, even my wife and my kids. And then I said, here you have some shares. And I hope that this will give you, this will be a Christmas present that will give and give, hopefully. The only downside is you can never sell it. Then I'm gonna take it back. So you need to sign off on that. Then the first year, Carla, every time the share was fluctuating or going down, my dear daughter Adele, she came home from school or called me and said, "Daddy, you ruined my share price here. My fortune is going down. You're doing a bad job. You need to step up the game." And I tried to explain her, Carla, over and over, that doesn't matter because you're not going to sell the shares, so you don't even need to look at the share price. And she didn't really get that. She was, I mean, 13 or 12. And then I said, what you should really care about is dividend, what's paying you out. So they got like $2,000, all five of them now. And I think she get it now. So what I'm actually trying to say, Carla, I'm happy that the share price goes up because it makes a lot of people happy. Make myself happy as well. But I do not comment the share price too often because it lives its own life. What I'm actually very keen on and really focused on is to improve the company so much so you guys could have success. So you guys could go out and share the fantastic products, share the opportunity and working part-time or full-time, whatever reason you have, then I think we will be fair priced on the share. But what I really care about is paying out dividend and building a company for the long run. And that's what we are doing. So I'm happy, but I can tell you that I'm more focused on building the company than anything else than the share price, honestly. And it might not feel or hear that sexy. I could probably talk about bragging and looking at the share price, but if you're here for the long run, I'm happy that everyone here could also buy shares and be a part of Zinzino. And I think that is an amazing thing for us and everyone here on the call.
I think that's wonderful. And I also like that you're talking about uh, being able to work in Zinzino, because as you mentioned earlier, we had a few hiccups here and there along the way that we all needed to pull together on, and it wasn't just the Aquax. But the thing that I really like about it is that we are a company that even on the walls at the office say Kaizen, the Japanese word for continuous improvement. And so with we don't have those issues that we had years ago. I mean, you've been hiring the right people, you have been working in the right things, getting the right skills so that we all can work in this very constructively and easily, and that actually people have a great compensation plan to make the income they want if they are working continuously, as you also said. So what is it that you're working on now that's going to be improving Zinzino? What is your focus areas right now?
So one of the things that I did 14 years ago was to help out the company on creating a strategy for the next 2 years period of time. And I've done that sequentially for now 14 times, 14 years. If you look at the plan, and I can show you the plan here, I got it. But it's 20 points that we are working on this year. You can see probably at 80% of those points are followed from last year, and then 80% from that year. And next year, probably 80% is gonna follow up on the same kind of points. I'm gonna be more specific, but those are 5 areas that we are working on. And we are working on these 5 areas because I like to work constant on things and without too much stress, improving things, smart, spend time using the process, using the time to make sure that we are a stable and good company over the next years.
So
So,
stable and
no,
good in regards to finances or in regards to what do you mean by stable?
uh, I'm gonna mute you soon, Carla.
Well, you didn't want to come along, and I got questions for you. And I'm
No,
thinking,
I'm gonna,
I have the
I
questions.
just paused. I just paused to make sure that people are following me. There's 5 areas that we are working on, Carla. Area number 1 is mergers and acquisitions. Area number 2 are continuing to be fantastic in existing markets, lift the markets that are a little bit low because we have opened a lot of markets and they need to step up the game, and then opening new markets. So this year we've opened up New Zealand, we have opened up a new model for China, and then we are next week opening up the Philippines, and we're working on Peru and Chile and Japan, Brazil, Indonesia, and South Korea for the next upcoming years to come. We are working on product development. That's number 3. We're working on intellectual property, patents. We are searching for good partners or even buying companies. And then, of course, we are gonna launch a new test at the annual event. So that is a big thing. Number 4 is that we are still working on continuously to improve our tech side. So we do a lot of things behind the scenes. You will see that in the back office. You will see a lot of different things coming into play. And the team are really taking Zinzino to the next level on the backbone of the company. And number 4 is partner tools, sales and marketing partner tools. And this is an ongoing project. So it's not too far away from what we did last year, but there is twist and turn and improvements on all of these 5 areas.
Am I allowed to say something now, Doc?
You're you're allowed. Sorry, I was just making fun. You know, you have been around Danes, so
I know,
Danish
I
people,
know.
they have a sense of humor like me. So that's why I get along.
I know. And so I'm making fun back at you. Okay. So right now those are like the major things. So I want to go into like and each and every one of them to me is unique. We have unique products that to me we don't really have competition. We have a growth that other companies don't have. I'm proud of where that growth is. And we have a vision of really being that number one direct selling company. And I mean, by the passion that we have and the things that you've been doing, Doug, I mean, I'm proud. I'm proud of being a part of it. I'm proud of hearing the vision and I get excited about where we want to go. So where do you see us just right now? I mean, I'm working different countries, but right now we have Germany as number one, but the way things are going, Asia is exploding right now. The US is hitting records also. We've got other things happening. So, what do you see in the next period of time is going to be the biggest growth going on?
I think every in every market, I would say, it had taken some time to establish a market. We need to go through some certain phases. So we are growing, plateauing, growing, and plateauing. I know we've done that in many markets. I see Mike Perry here. It's good to see you. But we've been talking about this for a decade, 10 years, about how great the US is gonna become, and it took us many years to really find the growth. And last year and the year before that, and of course with Servida and lots of other leaders, among yourself, Carla, that have taken it to another level of US, and we've been patiently waiting for that. So Germany and US will, of course, there is no surprise, they will be number 1 or 2. That's my guesstimation. Then what is going to happen in Asia? Well, at the moment, Taiwan is growing like never. I've never seen this before. And then you have China, who could be. You don't know. You don't really know. No. If we are opening up Japan and South Korea, both of those 2 markets might be fantastic. But what I believe in is that it's going to take a little bit time for those markets to really grow. And we need to go through certain stages and phases. That's what I see. But I think also Brazil is going to be an amazing market, but it's going to take some years before we're going to get there. But I don't think I'll win a prize if I'm giving if US or Germany is number one and two next year. That's my belief. And also remember this: the potential in US are higher than any other place in this industry.
Because
Because you have the industry is huge. It's well known. You have a lot of people who understands the industry. We have a lot of potential partners that I think will be joining forces with us, both with that it has no experience and people with experience. So US is the number one direct sales market on the planet. Germany are among the top 3 to 5. So Germany will also stay that, but also remember, and now I might whisper so people are not hearing this, but your people, the Americans, they need the balance oil. If you look at the scores that the Americans have on their first test, I mean, we can save a lot of people, and you can do it very easily because it's food for your brain, it's food for your heart, food for your gut and your body. And when you get in balance, there's so many benefits, Carla. We all know that. But I've had no headache in like 13 years. No headache for 13 years. Just imagine that. Think about that. And my nails and my hair is kind of growing like a wolf. And I'm not sure that's a good thing or a bad thing, but there is a small things. When you get in balance, you are getting in a better shape, in my opinion, as well. So the product, tremendously good. But I will also brag about the Zeal product from Zervita. I think that is a brilliant product for the American market. The Extend and the Xenobiotic as well. So I'm not sure if that was a good answer to your question, but I strongly believe in the future of your market, but also Canada, you see Mexico and Asia. But we will do good in every market. And another thing that I'm proud of, Carla, since we were talking about being proud, we are doing pretty good. I think there's only one company that are bigger than us in our home markets in Nordics. So we are the second largest direct sales company in the Nordics. So, and that is a good sign that you can really do good in your home market, not only in China.
well, we're going to keep working in all of our markets because I mean, we do have unique product. I think we have a unique compensation plan just because it's Scandinavian. The people that I hear that are coming to Zinzino going, once they figure it out, because it is not always easy for them to figure it out, but once they get there, they're like, okay, this is a great compensation plan where people can actually create a good income if you're doing the work. So we have the products, we have the company. Let's say our corporate office, I think they are very unique also. I don't think we have a corporate office that has that fun. You can even see when they're out doing stuff. We were just doing something here recently where they all got together and we're learning more things together. That was unique. And then we have our founders. I don't think there are people like the founders of Zinzino that really put their heart and soul into working so much with the field. I mean, I had a personal voice message from Hilda when I hit a title here. And I mean, I don't know those kind of things. You see people that are, there's just something unique about them too. Wouldn't you say?
I'm so much in agreement. I'm just smiling of that. So it's very good. They are working in the field and they are the field of Zinzino. So I'm happy. But they're also the founders. We are in the stock market, but we are owned. And when you are, I hope you all are listening to me when I'm talking on the digital event, but I'm talking about ownership in that. And it's a tribute in a way, Carla, to them and to everyone that are working at Zinzino and has shares, because it gives stability in the company. It gives a direction. You can feel safe because we are measured at the same things. So the field are the leading person and the persons in our company. And I'm super proud of that. So you can watch me talk about that. It doesn't take more than 13 minutes. So it's going to be short, quick, and precise. So
Well, I think too, because that is a super powerful thing to feel safe in a company, especially when we just acquired so many companies in the last year, and we hear of other companies where they're either closing down, shutting out the sales force, um, and or the products are going somewhere else, or there's a lot of companies that have closed down, and then we've acquired some. So people are like, well, how can we be sure that Zinzino's going to be around? And I think that we own the company. I'm part owner as a shareholder, and I think because there's so many, when you as the CEO are giving shares to your children, and I think that gives people a safety of knowing you are safe here in Zinzino. The owners are working in the field. We have the shares, there's the dividends. We have products that are unique. There's a lot of uniqueness to Zinzino, so people are safe here at Zinzino. It's a good feeling.
yes, it is. Well, I think what you guys can do and what I can do is to work hard, show the plan, um, make sure that you tell about the products to as many people as you know and you can. That would be help out, and that's helping me out. We are watching how we're using the money, and one of the things that I'm proud of is that we're running a pretty efficient and tight ship. For instance, I don't like office spaces because it steals money away from the shareholders and you guys. I'd rather spend them on commission or campaigns. I'm proud to say that we're spending much more money on server capacity than on office spaces in our company, meaning that on Wednesday you shouldn't get any delays, or in the end of the month things will be working. So we are monitoring this and tracing and tracking these kind of things. So it's a combination of spending the money wisely and be bold enough to push on and move on and do things which is good. And that is a tough kind of thing. But what I'm proud of, again, Carla, you said it, I think it's 12 years now paying out dividends. So we have had the ability to not only grow, but also earn money and give some money back to the shareholders, which is a proof of concept. So if we can maintain this, having the growth, it makes my life a little bit easier. And as you know, earlier today, we announced that we are accumulated 57% above last year's in growth. So we're probably gonna have more in revenue this year than what we took us 15 years to assemble the first 15 years. So that's pretty fantastic.
Wow, wow, wow. That's kind of mind-blowing. 15 years of work is what the volume will have this year. Dog,
My
that
guesstimations, Carla, I don't know exactly. So the year is not over. So don't hold it to me.
that's okay, but that means that the rest of us can work hard to make sure we're getting there. And that's what we're going to do. You can feel that excitement. So much happening all over in every country, and the growth of all of that is going to give you, Dog, more money to even invest more and do more. And we're excited about the future. So, okay, last question as we got to get going here. So, what would you say, just as final words, for us to the people that are maybe looking at Zinzino, that we're showing people saying, hey, take a look at Zinzino? What would you say to the people that are taking a look at Zinzino right now? What would be your advice to them?
Well, it's a very broad question. So it's a little bit depending on what they're looking at. I mean, I would be happy if they're customers. I would be happy if there are supporters as partners and they want to be part of a healthy and good community with where you can have some fun and you can have some personal development. I would say that for those who are searching for a part-time income, I think Zinzino is proof of concept. I love that. So that's my majority, I would say. And then of course, if you have someone who really want to shift and change their career, then that is a huge opportunity as well. And whoever you are and whatever you do, you are welcome to come to Zinzino in every sort and color of what you are choosing to become a customer or a part-time partner or a full-time partner. We are here to welcome you anyways and anyhow, and that's for sure.
Perfect. Well, Dag, thank you for taking the time. I know it's about dinner time over in Norway, and so that you're taking the time to come on and just tell us how the uniqueness of this company. And every single time you speak, I get even more excited. I get excited because for me, when we have an annual report or quarterly report, and I see your face on there, you just have, just because of your vision and how you're working, I think one of the uniquenesses of Zinzino is having a CEO like you. And I think I feel proud to be a part of Zinzino. And every time you're speaking, I think I send you a little note going, you just make me proud to be a part of Zinzino.
That's so sweet of you. Thank you. I appreciate you all. Thank you for having me. Hopefully, when I get back to the kitchen, everything is clean because we had dinner. I picked up my wife an hour ago from the train station. She's been traveling, and I'm traveling tomorrow. So it's going to be good to have a couple of hours with her. But it's always a pleasure, Carla. Thank you for inviting me. It's always great to be here. I always feel very connected with you guys. Since in the beginning, I spent so many time coming over, but now I'm not invited. So I need to make some problems, Arlo, before you are actually calling for me in Minnesota because we have too few problems. I'm kidding. Appreciate you all. Take care and bless you. Bye.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
all.
Dag.
Thank you so much, Dag, for being here.
Thank
Let's
you.
you, Dag.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Carla. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
See you next.
Bye.
Bye-bye.